You got a line. He goes, big man, listen, stop getting hit with dumb shit. Yeah. So you're gonna piss me off, man. And you know, that's what he says.
I hate when fighters get hit with dumb shit. I tell them, fuck the dumb shit, cut the bullshit and fuck the dumb shit. You get me?
There's a rule in the 48 laws of power where you play a sheep to catch a wolf. And I feel like that's what Dillian Whyte's doing. If he is, if he's not, it doesn't matter because I'm gonna bring the heat out then.
You know, there's an old saying: you get the guy drunk before you mug him. So we gotta slow him down somehow. You know, we're gonna hit him on the hips, thighs, kneecaps, wherever we can hit him to slow him down. Once we slow him down, then we mug.
Moses Itauma and Dillian Whyte got heated in their latest press conference. Moses taunting Whyte to take off the glasses and reveal if he's a wolf or a sheep. Whyte snapped back, but come fight night, that bravado won't save him when Moses ends it in savage early fashion.
You and him exchanged some words. I think you started the conversation. What were you saying to him?
I didn't start no conversation, bro. Don't make me out to be the bad man, bro. He started talking to me, bro, and I just said, yo, relax. I said, relax, dog. Saturday we'll get on. I didn't start nothing, bro.
What was said between the two of you?
Fuck all.
Yeah.
Fuck all and fuck nothing, as they say.
Buddy's warning about deep waters almost sounds like a compliment because Moses is built for it. He's young, fresh, and can keep his power until the final bell. Whyte might hope to drag him late, but against Moses, deep waters aren't a safe zone, they're a whirlpool. And in a whirlpool, Moses is the predator, not the prey.
Yeah, he's gotta go to the deep waters. You know, man, unless somebody slips up and get caught early. But you know, we gotta get him into the deep waters. That's the key.
When your own father admits he's surprised by your rise, you know you're special. 2 years in, already WBO #1, Moses is rewriting the script for heavyweights. That Nigerian grit mixed with raw talent makes him a nightmare for veterans like Whyte. This isn't hype, it's a destiny unfolding right in front of us.
Talent, but no one knew he was going to move through the ranks. 2 years as a pro, WBO #1. Did you even expect that?
I never expected that, but I knew that he has the ingredients, he has the material as a typical Nigerian.
This press conference clip says it all. Whyte trying to act calm, but Moses's wolf or sheep jab clearly rattled him. The fake composure vanished, replaced by wild threats about taking out Moses's entire team. That sudden switch from cool to heated showed exactly who had the upper hand, and it wasn't Whyte.
Dillian, tell us about the back and forth that we've just seen.
Yeah, nothing. He's young, innit? He's starting to get a bit nervous, get a bit hyped up, and he's trying to draw me out. I'm just like, yo, relax, bro. Relax, like, you're not bad man. The bad man thing is not for you. I'm not trying to go down that lane, but if you want to, then cool. I'm trying to be cool and respectful. But he's like, yeah, you know, I want to see if you're a wolf or a sheep. I say, bro, take it easy, bro. You don't want me to wild out. I'll f all of his team up. I don't care. And if you up, then everyone's at risk. Not only him. I'll beat them.
Ben Davison's words might sound calm, but they echo what we all saw in the press conference. Moses has the confidence and composure of a fighter twice his age. When Whyte tried to goad him, Moses didn't flinch. Instead, he flipped the script with that wolf or sheep line that had Whyte losing his cool. Ben calling him a generational talent isn't just a polite nod, it's a recognition that Moses' self-belief is backed by skill, discipline, and a fight IQ that rattles seasoned opponents. The press conference wasn't just heated, it was a showcase of mental dominance, and Ben knows that's half the battle won. Whyte's aggression is reactive, Moses' confidence is proactive. You could see it in the way Moses carried himself under the bright lights, calm smile, controlled tone, direct eye contact. That's what makes Ben so sure. This isn't a kid trying to prove himself, this is a man already proving he belongs.
I don't think Moses needs to catch anybody at a certain point in their career or anything like that.
Why's that?
Because I think he's good enough. I think he's plenty good enough. I think he's a generational talent, and I think it's going to take time for everybody to see that. But I think everybody can see that he has the potential.
And Moses himself made it clear, he's not here for the noise, just the knockout. This clip could be played right after the press conference, and it would make perfect sense. While Whyte was barking threats, Moses stayed locked. in. I'm not paying attention to the noise. That's not just a throwaway line, it's the ultimate sign of control. In that face-off, Moses didn't match Whyte's volume. He matched him with calm aggression, a steady stare, and words that cut deeper than shouting ever could. It's why his confidence feels different. It's rooted in preparation, not performance for the cameras. The heated exchanges weren't about who could talk tougher. They were about who could walk away mentally on top, and that was Moses. This mindset is dangerous for Whyte because a fighter who's unshaken in the press conference is usually the same one who won't be shaken in the ring. Moses doesn't just talk about doing his job, he lives it, and that's why he's so hard to break.
I'm not really paying attention to main events. I'm not really paying attention to people talking, the noise and whatnot. I'm just going in there and doing my job.
But even Derek Chisora knows this fight carries more danger than most think. Chisora's choice of words, young lion, perfectly matches what we saw in the press conference. Moses wasn't just sitting at that table, he was prowling mentally, ready to pounce on any weakness. Whyte's outbursts, his sunglasses, his threats, they were all signs that the young lion had already gotten under his skin. Chisora knows that when emotions run that hot before a fight, it can spill over inside the ropes. The "somebody's going to jail" comment is classic Chisora exaggeration, but it captures the raw aggression that filled that room. If Whyte walks into the ring still emotionally charged from that face-off, he's going to make mistakes. And with a composed predator like Moses across from him, mistakes mean punishment. The press conference showed us one thing loud and clear: Moses isn't just there to share the spotlight, he's there to take it, and he'll do it with the cold efficiency of a true lion.
You know, he's got a big task ahead of him, you know, on Saturday. So he has to deliver. You know, he's fighting a young lion, a young buck. You know, so we'll see what happens, or somebody's gonna go to jail.
Shannon Briggs has been around enough fight weeks to spot when the energy is different, and the press conference energy between Moses and Whyte was off the charts. Young and strong isn't just about physical ability, it's about the fearless way Moses sat across from Whyte, unshaken by his threats, unfazed by his antics. Shannon's right, Whyte isn't a pushover, but the face-off showed us that Moses isn't intimidated, not even slightly. The way he challenged Whyte, the way he kept his composure while Whyte's voice got louder and wilder, told us everything about his mental toughness. That's the crack. Shannon's talking about not just the punching power, but the ability to crack a man's confidence before the bell even rings. In that press conference, Moses showed he's not just there to fight, he's there to dominate from the first stare down to the final punch.
Young and strong. We're going to see if he can beat Dillian Whyte, though. Dillian Whyte ain't no pushover. And I think Dillian going to know that, you know what I'm saying? We're going to find out if he can really crack like they say he is. But I'm hearing things that he's been dropped in the ring, in the gym and stuff like that. But that's okay, too, because I took a couple spills, you know, little slips in the ring, in the gym. That's okay, but we're going to see.
This was Moses' knockout statement, bold, direct, and dripping, with the same confidence we saw in the press conference. When he told Whyte to take off the glasses and see if he's a wolf or a sheep, it was psychological warfare. Now in this clip, he's translating that mental edge into a fight prediction. First or second round knockout. Those aren't words you throw around lightly against a veteran like Whyte, unless you truly believe you can do it. And after the press conference, there's no doubt Moses believes. His calm delivery here is what makes it dangerous. He's not screaming, not trash talking for the cameras. He's simply stating a fact in his mind, backed by his composure under fire earlier in the week. The press conference was the mental victory. This is the physical promise. Whyte's aggression may have made headlines, but Moses' measured confidence has been the real story all week. And if he makes good on this prediction, the build-up will look like prophecy.
If you can get guys out in the first and second round, then why not? Like, if anyone was to see how I train in camp, like for this fight, I've done one 6-rounder. 2 6-rounders, sorry, 2 8-rounds, and the rest have been 10s.
Eddie Hearn's praise is polite on the surface, but if you watch the press conference, you know why he rates Moses so highly. It wasn't just his amateur pedigree, it was the way he handled himself under the bright lights and verbal fire. YT came in swinging with words, but Moses didn't give him an inch. He threw back subtle, cutting lines like wolf or sheep that forced YT into emotional overdrive. Eddie's been around enough fight weeks to know what that means. Composure under pressure is often the difference between winning and losing. That's why his one for the future line feels more like one for right now. The press conference didn't just show Moses' talent, it showed he can own the room, control the narrative, and make a veteran crack. For a promoter, that's gold. It means the hype isn't manufactured. Moses brings it naturally. Eddie knows this isn't just a fight, it's the potential launch of a new heavyweight star.
I think if they keep winning, yeah. I mean, look, Moses is an exceptional talent. You know, he's been in the game a long time. He's got a very, long-standing amateur record and pedigree.
And some fighters believe Moses will make that star-making statement early. Frazer Clark's words echo the energy we all felt at the press conference. This fight feels like it's destined to explode early. Moses didn't walk into that media event to just share a stage. He walked in to dominate the atmosphere. Even as Whyte tried to belittle him, Moses held that cold, steady gaze and landed verbal shots that hit harder than expected. Frazer's man for the occasion. Comment hits the nail on the head because that heated press conference was the perfect stage for Moses to show he thrives under pressure. His confidence wasn't reckless, it was measured, and it shook YT enough to pull him into emotional territory. When Frazer talks about making a statement, it's easy to picture Moses backing up that wolf or sheep jab with a devastating early finish. The press conference showed us the mental game, and Frazer believes the fight will show us the physical proof. In boxing, momentum starts before the first bell, and Moses has all of it.
I don't know Moses personally, I've spoken to him a few times, but I think he's definitely a man for the occasion. And I do think, with him being a headliner, I hope he doesn't get too excited and not do his usual job, but I think he wanted to make a statement, and I think he's well capable of doing that.
AD's question about the later rounds is fair, but if you were at the press conference, you know Moses' mentality isn't built around just survive early. His aggression is controlled, his pace deliberate, and his confidence unshaken. The way he dismantled Whitey verbally, never rushing, never overextending, mirrors how he fights. Yes, his last 8 fights didn't go past 2 rounds, but that's not because he's reckless, it's because he's clinical. The press conference aggression wasn't just for show, it's a preview of how he applies pressure in the ring. AD might wonder about the gas tank, but Moses made it clear he's ready for 10 rounds if needed. That's what makes his knockout prediction so dangerous. It's not a desperate swing for the fences, it's an early execution by design. And if the fight somehow does reach the later rounds, the same composure that rattled Whitey at the table will be there under the lights. That's what makes him so hard to bet against.
Look at his box record, I was like, you've not gone past 2 rounds in the last 8 fights. So you've just been 1 round or 2 rounds. So is the gas tank still there? Moses is known for his speed and his footwork. How does that look at round 6 or 7? Like, when you've landed on someone and they've not fallen over or bowled over, what does that look like now? And there are levels in boxing. Like, even at world level, there are like several levels within world level.
The press conference between Moses Itauma and Dillian Whyte wasn't just a media event, it was the first round of this fight. From the moment Moses hit him with the wolf or sheep line, Whyte's composure cracked, and every glare, every word afterward felt like a battle for psychological dominance. Moses stayed icy, YT boiled over, and the tension became the perfect backdrop for fight night. This isn't just about skill, it's about who can carry that same energy into the ring and turn words into punches. If Moses keeps that calm aggression and executes like he's promised, we could see an early finish that cements his rise. But if YT can channel that rage into a disciplined assault, he could shock the world. One thing's certain, this fight is personal. Who are you backing? Moses Itauma to deliver on his promise, or Dillian Whyte to silence the hype? Drop your predictions below.